Suez Canal was an artificial waterway opened in 1869. It was a key transport route between Europe and the Far East. It was a much quicker way of sailing to the British colonies. The German-led Ottoman force tried to raid the British-controlled Suez Canal, but the attack failed and the Allied forces fortified the canal. When they arrived in Egypt, they were treated to rid them of lice and other parasitic insects. One of the soldiers remembers a cold bottle of carbolic soap being chucked over them.
Gibson was another Finsbury Rifle. He boasted that he could climb the pyramid as quickly as our highly experienced Egyptian guidance. He climbed the pyramid in the same time as the local guidance and won all the bets.
Archibald Murray, Commander-in-Chief of the Allied forces in Egypt, came up with a plan to get more manpower to the Suez Canal. This was a difficult plan. We were going to have to cross hundreds of miles of the desert. Water was only available at a few oases and wells. We were going to need to rely on the Egyptian Camel Transport Corps.
The Royal Engineers had invented a wire netting road. It was better than sand, but still very difficult to march on. They marched in the morning because temperatures were in the low 20 degrees Celsius. They had to be careful of sunstroke. When they finally reached El Arish, going swimming was welcome relief from the heat and limited water rations.
The march across the desert was later remembered by the Finsbury Rifles with great dislike. The Finsbury Rifles then fought in the Second Battle of Gaza, with over a third of the Finsbury Rifles dead in this conflict, including Lieutenant Gibson, who was reported missing in action. It was not until February 1918 that his death was finally confirmed. John Harding survived and rose up the military ranks, becoming Field Marshal Lord Harding, and lived his life until he was an elderly man, reflecting on his time with Finsbury Rifles campaign in Egypt and Palestine.